Welcome to Irrelevant, our campus ministry podcast where basically we're just having conversation about topics that we want to talk about.
Yep.
Which for most people will be totally irrelevant. We'll sometimes talk about youth ministry, leadership, campus ministry stuff, things going on in culture, but also have a good time, talk about movies. Emilee and I are both into movies, and just do whatever basically we want to do.
Celebrities.
Yes, we will totally be talking about celebrities almost nonstop.
Good.
A little bit behind the curtain, Emilee and I just did our podcast for next week, which is on top 5 summer movies. And there were some shocking choices in there, mainly from you.
Uh-huh.
And I'm okay with that, I guess.
Yep. No choice but to be.
That's right. It's too late. So Emilee is our new campus coordinator. And one of the first things we wanted to do was maybe just do a little podcast introducing her to all of you. You may or may not know much about me. We'll probably at some point do something on me, but for the most part, we want to just introduce people to Emilee, and we'll start off right away with Emilee. Why don't you tell people a little bit about you, some things you're interested in, and then I'll just kind of break in whenever I feel like and just ask questions or follow-up things.
Cool. So, hello everyone. I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. I have been through a couple of states the past few years. I went to college in Tennessee, went to graduate school in Princeton, New Jersey, and now I'm living in Northern Virginia. I have been studying theology and spiritual formation since I was in college. I love it. I went to seminary at Princeton for specializing. I really focused in on spirituality. I really fell in love with young adult formation during that time and just creativity, hands-on, scrappy ministry. I love it. I think there's such a need for it. And here I am at a place that values it. And I'm really excited to put some of my just passions to use here at Arise. I am, as I said, I love sports. I like movies. I do like celebrities and pop culture. I will not hide that. And I am a city lover. I spent my 3 years at Princeton going to New York quite a bit. I love the hustle and bustle feel. That's a little bit of an introduction.
Now, a couple of things I noticed as you were talking. Number one is you did not name drop where you did your undergrad.
Oh, I did not.
But you sure made sure everyone know you went to Princeton. Which is a little bit of an inside joke between us.
So I went to my my undergrad was Lee University, which is an amazing university, and in Cleveland, Tennessee. I loved every second of my time there, as I loved seminary in New Jersey.
Where'd you go?
I went to Princeton Theological Seminary.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Drew went to Eastern Mennonite.
Yes. So it's quite interesting as we've been having conversations with people. Literally, people will be like, oh, you went to Princeton. Ooh.
It's really not that big.
No. It clearly got name dropped. Unlike Lee. That was some good.
Yeah.
You know. And again, we have already done our top 5 movies, so I don't want to take anything, or top 5 summer movies from when we were in college. So I don't want to ruin that episode because I'm sure the 3 of you that are listening really interested in what our top 5 summer movies are from when we were in college. But anyway, so here is a couple of questions for you. You talked a lot about creativity.
Yes.
What are some things that you like being creative as far as ministry stuff goes?
Yeah, I think the first thing that I'd say is being creative about space where ministry happens. I think it's really easy to get ourselves bogged down with church happens on Sunday, and that's it. But ministry is something that to me it's all day. It's every day. It can happen. It can happen anywhere. It can happen in a coffee shop. It can happen on a walk. It can happen in really, and I think it needs to happen in new spaces. So that's my first thing, is being creative about spaces that the church is being the church. And yes, I think the church is being the church on college ministries. college campuses. It's in a really, really unique church plant being in campus ministry.
So, yeah, and I would even say, just as you mentioned, I think it's really very wise of you to name that church actually needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I believe that leaving church till Sundays is probably the number one mistake most communities of faith make.
Uh-huh.
So, and I know that I think it's really smart that you named that. So tell us a little more. What are some of your favorites? Let's just go through a whole bunch of favorites.
Okay.
Favorite color?
I love coral.
Coral.
It's like a mix between red, orange, and pink.
Right. I do know what coral is. So I appreciate, I know I went to Eastern Mennonite, but coral.
Beautiful color. It's like watermelon color.
Thank you again. I do know what the color is. I appreciate it. Actually, the room we're sitting in, the lamp is pretty close to having a coral. It's a little darker.
A little pinker.
Yeah, exactly. So, good. Well, you can just explain to me what these random things are. Favorite board game?
I don't know if this is a board game. I love Catchphrase. That is a lot of fun.
Okay, Catchphrase.
Yes.
Do you want to explain to me what Catchphrase is?
So Catchphrase is really fun because it's really intense, it's really quick, it's really, everyone's on edge, and you're trying to, name, you're trying to give hints. Okay, Drew knows what this is.
I do.
We all know what this is. So I love Catchphrase. That's really fun.
So one time I know this isn't really about me, but we were playing Catchphrase, and I'm an external processor, so I said, really terrible clues, because his first name pops into your head, you're supposed to explain. Terrible person. So I got somebody really mad at me, and I think they're beginning to talk to me again.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's a story for another day.
During Catchphrase?
Yeah. Because I just say whatever
comes
to mind. It was. It was actually when I was in college, and it is one of my best friend's wives. So
that's a long time coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I felt really bad.
Yeah, Catchphrase shouldn't do that.
No. Board games should bring people together, not tear them apart. Favorite movie?
So when I think of movies, let me just preface this. I recall where I was when I saw the movie, who I saw it with. When I was I had to have been 12 years old. I had just gotten surgery, and my mom, or maybe it was right before I got surgery, I don't remember. We went to see How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and my mom just absolutely pampered me, and I will never forget that. And I loved the movie, and I love Kate Hudson.
Okay, so that is your favorite movie of all time.
Actually, I can watch it 3 times in one day.
Okay.
Absolutely, I can quote it.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
And that was not released when you were in college.
I was
12.
So
we're not ruining anything,
I was 12.
Right? You were 12 years old,
yeah.
so.
If it would have been on the list. I also love 90s rom-coms. So, Sleepless in Seattle is really good.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. You've Got Mail's really good.
Yeah, that one never made sense to me.
It's just fate.
Yeah. But really Hollywoodized fate.
Yeah.
That would never happen in real life.
But it's fun to imagine.
Sure. Favorite sports team? And you can only pick one.
Duke. Basketball.
Basketball.
Oh, yes. Coach K all the way. Even though he's had some questionable players. I'm a huge Duke basketball fan.
Can you give me your best J.J. Redick poem?
No.
Okay. Sorry. When I was in college, that's something we would oftentimes reference is J.J. Redick's poetry, which actually quite nice. And J.J. Redick, quite a lovely person.
No, J.J. Redick is great.
Yes. So I really should not be
He is great. I have some thoughts on some current. Well, they just graduated, but I reckon
so they're not.
I recognize the scandals. Tripping players is not good.
Ooh, throwing some shade.
However, I think Coach K is just the most respectable guy in college basketball.
Favorite thing about Arise now that you have worked here? You're finishing your first week. Mm-hmm. So what's your favorite thing about Arise other than me?
I love the creativity and the scrappiness and the willingness to just throw an idea out there and see what comes to fruition. That, I think, is essential.
Favorite cartoon?
Does Lizzie McGuire count? Because they have cartoons in Lizzie McGuire.
I don't know. Does it count?
It's counting for me.
We'll leave it to you all.
So Lizzie McGuire is part cartoon, part non-cartoon. I'm doing that one.
Okay, Lizzie McGuire would be.
Okay,
your
you know
answer.
what? Let's say. Okay, so I can tell you my least favorite cartoon.
Okay.
My absolute least favorite cartoon that I will never have on my television. SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
There's too many. I have a lot of SpongeBob lovers in my life, and it just pains me when it goes on the television.
Great.
Pains me.
So if you want to send gifts to us, our address is 4910 Ox Road. Please send SpongeBob.
Please don't.
SpongeBob DVDs.
In the garbage.
Welcome, Emilee.
Actually, I won't throw them in the garbage, but I will throw them.
No, my concern would be, say you re-gift them to me,
yes.
because I actually have kids, and they would be like, hey, let's watch these. And then I would actually be punishing myself.
We'll give them to Drew.
Yeah, please don't. I would like to rescind. I may even cut this part out. This entire section out. No SpongeBob SquarePants. I actually find it incredibly annoying as well.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah, so least favorite. So what's your least favorite color now that we're in least favorites?
I don't really like orange. I don't know really how you could like an orange. It's just...
The only thing I don't like about orange is when it's paired with blue. Like blue and orange makes me throw up.
I just feel like orange is a very obnoxious color.
I'm okay if it's paired with maroon. No, like a nice burnt orange and a Chicago maroon. That is like the best.
Are those the Virginia Tech colors?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
But blue and orange, which are UVA colors.
Oh, hey, blue and orange. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little blue and orange.
Nope, makes me sick. Thanks for playing though.
Orange, no, orange is just yucky.
Favorite car you've owned?
So when I was in college, I drove my hand-me-down car, which was a really lovely Honda SUV. Acura SUV. That I felt a little too cool for school driving. Now I have my little Honda Civic, and she's great.
Great. So does it have a name?
No, I don't do names. I'm actually very surprised I refer to my car as a she, because I think that's weird. I don't name my cars.
Sure. Well, if you would like to name Emilee's car, we may actually put a picture of the car as the thumbnail.
It's a little charcoal. I'll take it back. It's mocha colored. Let's just call it mocha.
Oh, they're going to get a picture of it.
Yeah, okay. You'll see it.
That's going to be
it's lovely.
The artwork for
It's
this
a lovely
episode.
little first car. It does me well. It's taken me across the Northeast.
All the way across the Northeast.
Yeah, not the whole way to Maine, but it's taken me places.
Let's see. Tell us a little bit about your ministry experience. So, you have been a part of campus ministry.
Yep. I did campus ministry as an internship when I was at Princeton. I was literally...
With the name drops.
I was literally at Princeton. I worked with Princeton students. This is not intentional. And that was wonderful. I really enjoyed being able to just jump into lives in the hustle and bustle and the craziness. And I worked with athletes as well. So there was so much going on. And it was really wonderful to just be able to help students pause and just try to find Christ in all things. That's a huge part of my ministry that I personally have been formed by. The idea that Christ is everywhere in all things and not just, at church on a Sunday morning, but with us throughout the whole week. So that was a highlight of that ministry. I loved those students so much. And then another really formative ministry experience was parish ministry, and that was at an Episcopal church in New Jersey. All Saints, wonderful place. I absolutely loved. That was a little bit different because pastoral care was. I wasn't working with college students as much as more so with families and elderly, and it's just really neat to be able to pour into such a diverse group of people, and that's what I'm very grateful that my ministry experiences have been so diverse in that regard. But I'm really excited to be back on a college campus.
So, anything else people need to know about you? Favorite food? So if people are taking you out for lunch,
I love salad. It is so good.
literally that. So I'd take you anywhere out for lunch.
Okay, salad.
And you would say salad.
Let's say a burger. A burger and okay. Favorite restaurant? Red Robin.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love Red Robin.
You know, there's one like
Yeah, right. Yeah,
right near here.
Red Robin or TGI Fridays.
Wow.
I love American style restaurants.
Apparently chain style restaurants.
Yeah, I love.
too.
I have no shame. I do Red Robin. Okay, I've been since I was 14 years old. Every single birthday has been celebrated at Red Robin.
Really?
Yes.
Like even current.
Okay,
Like
last year, it like we do late celebrations, but I from like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, all at Red. We always went to Red Robin.
so. Red Robin, if you're listening and you would like to sponsor our podcast, we apparently have your biggest fan.
I can't get enough.
Yum.
Red Robin.
Now we're going to get demonetized and we're going to get sued.
Best milkshakes, best burgers. I mean, they have actually gone through a lot of changes. I kind of miss the old Red Robin, but that's fine.
Thoughts on IHOP?
I actually just discovered this. I don't think it's a good idea. I think they should stick to pancakes.
So you think they need to go back to IHOP?
Absolutely. We have enough burger places. We have more than enough.
And it's no Red Robin.
No, unfortunately, I think it's going to really not live up to standards, but
I have had an IHOP burger.
is it good?
It was good. But for me, like, I'm not a burger connoisseur like yourself.
Yeah, I do love burgers.
So, I think, again, if you want to go hang out with Emilee, I think there needs to be a trip to an IHOP. I need to try one of the burgers.
I got to do it.
And
Come
Red
with
Robin.
me. Yeah, please come with me.
So, you can leave comments below, subscribe to the channel, like it. We hope we haven't bored you too much. I know, hopefully my anecdotes weren't too boring. Yours was very interesting. Last question before we go.
Yep.
Favorite school where the mascot's a tiger?
No, this just isn't fair. The only one that's even coming to my brain is Princeton, of course. Drew's just enjoying doing this to me.
Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day.
See ya.